Being happy, fulfilled, and satisfied in our lives is the great hope and dream for most of us. Too often it seems unreachable. Author, speaker, licensed therapist, and coach Jenenne Macklin knows that deep within, beneath the day-to-day chatter, there is the voice, offering us guidance and insight if we'll simply listen.
We all want happy, fulfilled, and passionate lives, right? Yes. We all want to live lives that are authentic, that are creative, that are even fun, and yet many of us aren't able to reach that goal. Now, it's not because you haven't tried, and it's not because you're not motivated, right? Yeah. Okay. If you're anything like me, you've attended probably 1, 2, maybe in 3 seminars. You're here this morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, so add this to your list. You've taken classes. You've probably bought the, 5-pack DVDs or CDs and listened to that. All of that to keep you moving, and yet we still aren't finding that happiness, that authentic life, that creativity, and that passion as we're moving through and on the journey. It also isn't because there's a shortage of resources. With advancements in technology, we have more than enough resources, right? And ladies, they tell us that we have all the modern conveniences. So we should have happy lives, right? Really more efficient lives. So just imagine as you're going along the journey, you've created this wonderful life that you thought would make you happy, and then out of the blue, you hear the voice. Now, if you remember the movie, The Field of Dreams, where they heard the voice, it says, if you build it, they will come. Well, you hear the voice, and it says to you, you want more. You can have more out of life. And like any other normal person, when you hear the voice, you say, who said that? Who said that? The only thing is that the voice persists. It just persists. Late at night, you hear it. It's persisting, saying, you want more. You want more out of your life. And then what you finally realize after you've ignored it for some time is that the voice is within you. It's deep down within you, tapping on the door, telling you something or reminding you of something. And what I want to do is I want to help you move from where you are to where you want to be, but I want us to do it listening to the voice. Are you willing to take the ride? Yes? Yes? Okay, so let me tell you about one of my clients. Let's call her Stephanie. Now, Stephanie had created an incredible life. You may even know what I'm talking about. She had a wonderful job. Well, actually, it was really a career. She had a career as a high-powered attorney, so you know everything that goes along with that. She had the prestigious home. She had the wonderful luxury car. She had the, what is it now? You have 2.5 children? So she had the whole, everything was picture perfect. So from the outside, looking in, she looked good. You know somebody like that? Yeah. I'm sure none of you are like that, right? So she's going along, moving through life, and then midlife hits. And all of a sudden, she starts to have this energy. See, the thing about the voice is there's a voice that you hear as well as there's this energy that you feel. So she gets this energy to have life be more fulfilling. Actually, her marriage to be more authentic and for her to be more creative in her life. But she does the usual. She ignores it, and it persists. So she calls me, and we begin to do some work. And it's interesting because as I'm saying to her, I'm like, Stephanie, what is it? What is it? And she's like, I'm hearing voices. I'm hearing voices. Okay, well, I'm a licensed therapist, so I'm kind of like, okay, so what kind of voices are we talking about? Schizophrenic voices, or what are we kind of talking about here? She's like, no, I just hear this voice late at night saying, be more authentic in your marriage. And then she breaks down in tears, tears just flowing. And I'm like, Stephanie, what is it? And what I realized as she talked was that the voice had tapped into what she thought was a secret that no one knew. She had convinced herself that life was so wonderful and so fulfilled that all of a sudden it was like it was shattering because this voice was actually reminding her that it wasn't as fulfilling as she thought. So this seemed really daunting to begin to disassemble life. I mean, think about it. We've created these wonderful, comfy, cozy lives. And all of a sudden, knock, 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 the voice says, be more authentic. You're like, well, I'm being pretty authentic right now. So it becomes very daunting to begin to think about how do I disassemble my life and integrate something more to be more authentic and more creative. But that's just what we did. I had her come in and we began to go through several steps. And one of the first things was to honor the voice, to actually listen to what the voice was saying, not to be afraid of it, but to listen to the information that the voice had to offer. And over a period of time, we were able to start with small pieces and just kind of rearrange it and disassemble it and begin to put in those pieces that gave her more authenticity in her marriage and brought forth more creativity. Because at first she's like, I don't know how to do it. And so that became the work of how to do it, how to make it happen, how to put it all together. And gradually she did, disassemble her life and create something wonderful and magical for her and her family. Okay, so we've been working today and talking about moving beneath the chatter of day-to-day life to actually hear the voice, because it has wonderful information and insight for you. So what I'd like for you to do at this point is I'd like to turn to your partner that you've been working with throughout the day. And I want you to identify the word that comes up for you, as well as the feeling that it brings up for you. For example, if it's creativity. You know, some people are like, oh my God, I don't know anything about being creative. Or maybe the word is fun, or play, or laugh. Laugh, can we laugh? Can you not laugh? Yeah, laugh. Whatever the word is, but the feeling, I mean, that was pretty easy for us to laugh. But for some people, you know, you get really stiff and it's like, oh my God, I have to laugh? How do I laugh? So I want you to come up with the word as well as the feeling that goes along with it. And then I want someone afterwards to come back and talk to us about that, okay? Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so now that you've done that wonderful work, thank you, I'd like to ask, is there one person who'd like to stand up and share their feeling, what you worked on, what you talked about? Is there anyone? Okay, go ahead. And your name is?
My name's Carl Hines.
Hi, Carl Hines. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. Thanks for being here. So share with us the word and then the feeling that came up for you.
Well, the word is change.
Okay.
And the feeling that's there immediately is panic.
Yes.
And how am I going to do that?
Okay. Okay. So change. We all can relate to change, having to change things, do things differently in your lives. Yes. It's like, oh, gosh. And it is panic. That's the first thing that comes. It's like, oh, my God. But what I want you to do at first is soothe yourself. So I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. And you guys remember this for yourselves too. When things are coming up for you and it feels like it's spiraling, just calm down for just a moment and take a deep breath. Okay, now what I'd like for you to do is take a moment in that peaceful state and think of what you could do for yourself that would make you feel good. Just one small thing that you could do.
Well, I've been telling myself this for a while. I could just wake up and not hit the ground running. I could take a few minutes and kind of think about the day.
Right, yes. And we all can relate to that, right? Because we hit the door and we're just gone, getting the coffee and getting out the door. So that would be perfect. Well, let me narrow this down some. Let's give it a little bit more clarity. Let's say that every morning for 10 minutes, you're going to sit and be still and just enjoy the day for that moment. And while you're there, I want to give you an effective tool, an effective question that you can ask yourself, which would be, so it's like daydreaming. What would it be like for me to do something that I really enjoy? What would that be like? And you get to just kind of daydream about what that would be and the feeling of it. Because that's what I want you to tap into. How does that feel?
Freedom.
Great.
Freedom and peacefulness.
Yes. And that's what we want. Yes. So it's no panic.
No panic.
No scary story. None of that, oh my God, what am I going to do? Energy. Just peaceful and calm. And your freedom. And that's what you want to step into. You want to move from where you are to where you want to be. And that's where you want to move into is the freedom. Yes? Great. Thank you.